Have you ever gone on a diet, started, you've been really good for a full week? You've actually done the things, you ate the salads, and you managed to stay in check. Then you got on the scale and it didn't budge, or in fact, went up. Well, here today, I'm going to be sharing with you one biblical truth to help encourage you when these times come and help you continue to stay consistent and see results. Hi, friends. I'm Renee Rasheva, and if you haven't met me before, I lost 40 pounds in 2018, and it felt like it was miraculously coming off of me. And it was through biblical revelation that the Lord gave to me. And now He wants me to share with you biblical truth to help set you free on your journey. So whether you've just started or you have been at this for a while now and you've struggled and failed, you have a place here at the table of grace. And I am so excited that you are here at our freedom table. Now, today we are going to be diving into this particular struggle that I don't know if you've been there, but I know for certain for many years actually, did healthy things, healthy habits, and I never saw the scale budge. Now, there are some practical things that would play into that. And we will be sharing those on some of our nourishment podcasts, which are happening every Wednesday and coming out every Wednesday. But there is a biblical truth that I think is important to capture and remember while you are on your weight loss journey. And we're going to dive into Galatians 6, 7, 8 through 9. And it says, "Do not be deceived and deluded and misled. God will not allow himself to be sneered, scorned, disdained, mocked. For whatever a man sows, that and only that is what he will reap. For he who sows to his own flesh, his lower nature, his sensuality, will reap from the flesh decay and ruin and destruction. But he who sows to the Spirit will from the Spirit reap eternal life. And let us not lose heart and grow weary and faint in acting nobly and doing right. For in due time and at the appointed season, we shall reap if we do not loosen and relax our courage and faint." Or if we do not lose heart, in other translations, it says, "Do not lose heart, because for what you sow, you will reap." We would love to take a quick break to tell you about this opportunity. In 2018, the Lord helped me lose weight in what felt like a supernatural way. It felt like it was just melting off of me, and I ended up losing 40 pounds. And so I've put together a free ebook that I believe the Lord wants to give to you. It's got 5 truths to your effortless weight loss. And in that book, I share the one biblical truth that the Lord showed me that helped me really step out of striving and step into an ease of His grace to walk in freedom for my weight loss. And I believe He has the same for you. We also have it in an audiobook version. So I encourage you to click the link below in the comments or go to www.feastingin.eden.com to pick up your free ebook today. Now, I want to give you a picture. They're talking about sowing and reaping. It is such a common topic that is super biblical. It's used with finances, but it can be applied to really anything in our life. And actually, in this particular passage, he's talking about, are you sowing to your natural senses around you? Like you're being led by the things. So you had a stressful day and you went to the cupboard and you're like, I just need some sugar, some coffee, some candy, some snacks, some Pringles. And you ended up eating and engorging. Maybe you thought, oh, I'll just have a couple, but you went and you gave it all. You ate it all. And he's saying, in those moments, you're actually just responding to the natural senses around you, what's going on around you, instead of what's actually who you are and what God has created you in your born again spirit. And he's like, if you keep sowing and planting to those actions, then you're probably going to reap based on those actions. Now, picture this, right? If there's a farmer and he is planting corn for the season, and he went out to the field and he just decided, I'm going to think really good thoughts about this corn and I'm going to go do some things. And he went along and he put a couple seeds here and there in the ground, and he went back and he thought the whole field should be filled with corn. And he went back day after day after day after day, and nothing grew. And he's like, I guess because it didn't grow, I guess that corn isn't going to come up. And he decided to go leave the field, not do anything. And when he came back, he only saw a little bit of results. Couple weeks later, a couple months later, he came and he only saw like a few little corn stalks spread throughout the field. And he was like, oh, I give up. I'm not going to be a farmer anymore because this farming thing, this planting thing doesn't work. And clearly I did the work, but the work didn't result in anything. And my friends, that is just such a profound lesson for us, because I think a lot of us do that in our health. I don't know about you, but for years I did that. I'm like, okay, I'm going to eat healthy, but then I would go and have 11:30 at night Taco Bell runs. And in general, throughout the day, I ate well, but then I'd have a couple days where I was training for, I'd have even months where I was training for a half marathon, but I wouldn't change my eating habits, or I wouldn't do things that would actually result in, I wasn't planting healthy actions. I was planting my own actions. And the reality is that sometimes when we're starting a diet, or when we've eaten well for a few months, like a few days, we want to see instantaneous results. I don't know about you, but I certainly did. And I'm like, okay, I ate well today. I exercised today, and I want to feel it. I want to see it, even after like 2 weeks or a month, you're like waiting, like I'm looking at my body in the gym. I'm looking at my body in my bathroom, and I'm like, I think it changed. Did it change? And the reality is it probably didn't change physically, invisibly in the beginning. And that's the same thing with the farmer and the seed. If he goes out and he plants the seed and expects the harvest right the next day, he's foolish. But if he uproots the seed and says, okay, I guess it's all done, and I'm not going to care for this. I'm not going to, I guess it's all done. I guess I'm not going to plant anymore because I'm not going to get any corn out of this. The reality is that the seed went in the ground, but because he didn't see the growth happen, he got discouraged and said it doesn't work. And that, my friends, I think happens a lot with us when it comes to healthy choices and healthy, losing weight. People want to see, I wanted to see, I don't know about you, but almost immediate results. I don't know. Is that any of you? You can share in the comments below if you've been like, yeah, that's been me. I have been trying at it for a few weeks and I haven't moved anywhere and it's discouraging. I get it. I completely get it. But the reality is that if you want to reap a harvest of health, of being fit at your ideal weight, and you want that shape that you want, the reality is that you have to be consistent. And you have to see that when you've planted, tomorrow you can reap the benefits. And whatever you're planting is what you're going to reap. So the more that you plant healthy lifestyle activities, where you're choosing maybe to go to bed earlier and get up earlier, something I really actually struggle with right now in this season. Or maybe you're drinking more water in the day, or you're just getting off of processed foods. Whatever it is, if you can do it consistently, day in, day out as a lifestyle, because you know that even if you don't see the results today or tomorrow or the next day, you eventually will see a sprout. You eventually will see some corn grow and a stalk grow, and then the corn and then the fruit. In the kingdom of God, it was never meant to always be so miraculous that it's like, oh, here it is. But the reality is that it's still miraculous. The seed going in the ground, a little tiny seed, is actually miraculous that it goes in the ground, it's dead, and then all of a sudden, little roots start going down and like the sun shines on, the rain comes, and it starts growing up. And from that little seed comes abundant fruit, and all of the fruit has more seeds. It's like mind blowing. And the more that you get in this routine and realize God doesn't want you just to have a healthy day. He doesn't want you just to have a healthy couple days or couple months. He actually loves and is inviting you to have a whole healthy lifestyle that you feel healthy, optimized, and free in. And that it doesn't mean you're not able to enjoy or have a great life in these healthy habits, but he wants you to have healthy habits that you can enjoy and have a fruit and abundant harvest. So I hope this encourages you today. I want to encourage you with one last thing here on the podcast, is that I know that having those healthy habits can be super challenging. And in many ways, we often do not feel like we have the power. So if you are in that place, I have another episode here, and I would encourage you to watch it, because there is keys that God has given us for us to actually walk in the power to do it. So friends, I would love for you to comment below the things that you find difficult and struggle, or maybe let's do a victory of what you found that Jesus is doing, even through this podcast. I would love to hear. I'll see you, friends, in the next episode.